Hey guys, welcome to the jungle. We are training for the South Thailand Motocross Championship, and in this video I'm going to talk about race starts and the steps you have to go through to get a really nice and fast race start. So if your bike has a starting device, then you can maybe load it by yourself if you have some technique. So in this case, I'm gonna throw my body forward to load the starting device. Just reach down like that, and there you go. Just by actually hitting my chest into the bar pad, I can just hit the bar pad and then load the start device. If it's a button start device, you can do it by driving and then using the front brake, and then you can kick it with your heel when it compresses the front suspension. This is something that makes you start a little bit better. One of the many small details that can make you get that whole shot and get first through the turn. So after that, the next thing you want to do at the starting line is you want to choose the right place to sit on your seat. If it's a very grippy track, you want to sit far forward on the seat. If it's a slippery track, you can actually sit kind of in the center of the seat to have more weight on the back wheel so you don't overspin. Okay, so I'm going to sit forward because this is a grippy track, okay? Okay, so you have started your engine, okay? You're in neutral and they show a sign for 15 seconds for the race start. Then you want to get your bike in gear, okay? So you get your bike in second gear. That's what you usually use. Some people can start in third gear, like Andrew Short. He could get a race start in the third gear, but mostly you start in second. So you get your bike in gear, and then you have to actually be careful when you move your leg down to the position for starting. So you move your leg out and away from the bike a bit, and then you slide it in again. So you slide in your boots between the gear shifter and the foot peg, and then you wanna squeeze the foot pegs with the back of your leg, because that's where you're locked in for the acceleration, so you don't slide back on the seat, okay? So now you're in gear, you're locked in with the foot pegs, you're sitting at the right place, and then you should have one finger on the front brake and 2 fingers on the clutch, okay? And then you start giving it gas. You want to get the RPMs up pretty high, but not full gas. You just want to give enough gas so the RPMs are high. You can feel the bike is vibrating, and maybe you can hear the RPMs, but maybe not if there's a whole lot of bikes on the line. So you're having the high RPMs, not full throttle yet, and then you're starting to feed the clutch out until the bike starts to jump a little bit, and then you hold it there. Maybe you pull it back just 1 millimeter so it's not jumping too much. You just want to know where the bite point of the clutch is, because that's what you need to accelerate. So you have a good feel for the clutch, so it's ready to go, so to speak. Okay, and then you just start to lean forward. You want to be forward on the bike like this, so you're not getting pulled behind the bike as soon as you launch. Okay, then you're looking at the gate. You're ready you're holding the bike on the front brake so it doesn't jump into the gate. You know where the clutch is ready to go, the bike is revving on the throttle, and you're just looking at the gate, and then it's go time. And then when you see the gate drops, you slam the gas open and you feed the clutch aggressively. What you want to try to do with the clutch is you want to accelerate as hard as you can in a straight line, keep the bike as straight as possible. You want to try to almost wheelie, but not wheelie too high. If you're really good at race starts, you can do a tiny wheelie for the first 30 meters or 100 feet without the wheel touching the ground, but maybe having the front wheel just 1 or 2 inches over the ground. That's what the pros do, and you can see that by the front wheel not even spinning. That's super cool, by the way. And then we get to the famous quick shift. So if you want to pass a lot of guys in the race start, you need to be good at shifting. So as soon as you got the bike under control, so you're hooking up to the foot peg still, you're lifting your feet a little bit, but still hanging on to the foot peg, so to speak. As soon as you got the bike under control and you feed the clutch all the way out, then you want to get your foot under the shifter and get the feet on the foot pegs, and then you want to preload the gear shifter for your quick shift. That shift is so important. It's actually an important part of the race start. So as soon as you've maxed out your speed on your starting gear, you want to shift to the next gear by a quick shift. We also did a video about that. Maybe I'll link to that. So the shift happens through a quick shift happens through the clutch, and you just keep the throttle on, load the gear shifter from underneath, and then quickly clutch in and out, and that's going to do the shift. You're already going in the next gear. So that were the steps you would go through to do a good race start. Good video to watch maybe a few times and then go practice it if you're not already familiar with these steps. By the way, when you get your feet on the foot pegs, you also want to drive weight into the foot pegs. And if it's a slippery track like muddy or sandy with low traction, you push into the foot pegs after you shift it to third gear, and you transfer your weight to the rear. So you'll see on sand tracks, all the pros, they're hanging off the bike like this, pushing into the foot pegs, transferring all the weight to the rear to create maximum drive. If it's a super grippy track, you will just stay like centered in the bike. You won't move that far back, because then it's just gonna wheelie. Okay, so I hope you like this video about race starts, and I hope you'll get better at it and pull some hole shots. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.